Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. At Healthy Steps Nutrition, we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach. We know that helping your clients become the best and healthiest versions of themselves isn't just about what they eat or coming to the gym a few hours a week. We, as gym owners and coaches, have to focus on a holistic approach, looking at support systems, stress management, sleep, mindset, lifestyle, and of course, exercise and nutrition. I'm your host, Nicole Coyne, registered dietitian and founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring. I'm also the author of The Basics of Nutrition Coaching, CrossFit Preferred Nutrition course. In this podcast, I'm going to teach you how to make one step at a time to becoming the best nutrition coach and building an awesome habit-based coaching program. Today's podcast guest, I'm so excited to have her on. She's our chief of staff, our longest employee at HSN Mentoring, Lindsay McDonald. She has helped every single gym coming on board over the last 5 years on board with getting their pricing, packaging, structuring. She also helps with all the free intros and sales. So she helps gym owners and coaches and staff feel really confident when getting people initially signed up for nutrition, fitness, accountability. One of the special projects that we started working on last year was a challenge intensive, and she helps me lead these one-day trainings to get gym owners and coaches set up for success so you have everything you need to plan, launch, and execute a nutrition challenge. We thought this was the perfect opportunity as this year is wrapping up and we are going into the new year to talk all about challenges. So many gym owners fall into the challenge trap where you run nutrition challenges and then your challenge ends and your program ends at the end of the challenge. Instead, what if you used a challenge to kickstart an ongoing coaching program? Let's say you had 40 people sign up for your challenge, and we would expect at least 50% of those people, 20 people, to convert over to ongoing coaching. Because here's the deal. People are not going to reach their long-term results during a 28-day challenge. They need accountability and support in individualized programming after a group-based nutrition challenge. So today in this podcast, we are going to talk about the top 4 mistakes we see gym owners make and how to avoid them. This is one you want to take notes on because I guarantee you have made some of these mistakes, or you will if you're planning on launching a nutrition challenge. All right. Well, we'll get to this episode in right after just a second. So on December 8th, Thursday, December 8th, we are hosting a one-day challenge intensive. Let me explain. Everyone waits till the last minute to get their challenges together for the new year. And I think a challenge is a great way to get everyone talking about nutrition, get the culture starting to prioritize nutrition, and most importantly, use a challenge to convert people to ongoing coaching. Well, during this one-day challenge intensive, we will give you everything you need, start to finish, to plan, launch, and execute your next nutrition challenge. From marketing emails to Canva templates for social media, to handbooks, to resources, to a program built out. We now have an integration with SugarWOD. So if you are not an HSN Mentoring client, you can have a challenge built out for you in SugarWOD. If you are an HSN Mentoring client, there are brand new challenges being released in the app in January. We're so excited about those to make it super easy for you to run a new and fresh nutrition challenge for your gym. Highly recommend you use the HSN app if you're an HSN Mentoring client because you've got the group feature and all the stuff in there to have extra levels of support for your clients. Well, if you are thinking, I need to run a nutrition challenge, I'm not sure if I want to jump all in on mentoring yet, this is a standalone offering. It is $4.99, gives you everything you need to set up your nutrition challenge. Most gyms charge between $129 and $149, so super easy to recoup the cost of the initial, to recoup the cost of that investment in the training, where you have everything you need to plan, launch, and execute a nutrition challenge. All right, let's get to this episode. So excited to talk to Lindsay about how to avoid the common mistakes when running nutrition challenges. Enjoy. Lindsay, welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's good to see you.
It's been a while since you've been on. You've been busy helping all the gyms get through training and get up and launched before the new year.
Yeah, this is our busy season, and I am so excited. I love this time of year where people are already thinking about support for the holidays and then what is going to be planned for January of 2023.
I feel like this year people are talking about it earlier. Like, goodness, we
Yeah.
had two people sign up for mentoring today, and they both are like, yep, planning on launching a challenge at the end of January. Perfect. We have all the time in the world. Uh, Speaking of challenges, I
Yeah.
want to dive into all things challenges. You and I run a 1 day challenge intensive, like a standalone training. All of our mentoring clients can be a part of it. And
Mhm.
the goal is that we help people avoid some of the common mistakes and in turn do some of the best practices after helping thousands of gyms at this point launch challenges. So, should we dive on in with our first best practice and common mistake and what tips gym owners should be thinking about as they plan New Year's challenges or even challenges at other points of the year?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Cool. So, mistake number one is people don't have a clear plan after the challenge is over, the client journey, what someone should expect when they sign up for the challenge, during the challenge, after the challenge is not super clear, specifically around the support after the challenge is over.
Yeah. And I mean, we see this a lot, right? This is where I'm talking to gyms often about like what struggles they have, where they've executed challenges in the past, and then what happens next. Like that pivotal piece is missing. And we need to use the challenge as a way to get started on a long-term path for success. So thinking about how the challenge is going to be great is one piece of it, but that's just a small stepping stone to what that client journey is going to look like.
Absolutely. And the problem is people wait too late in the game to talk about what happens after the challenge is over. And then they wonder why no one wants to continue with them. I remember talking to a gym owner and she struggled with converting people over to ongoing coaching. And when we dug deep into the reason why, it was like, hey, the only thing she talked about in regards to goals was what success looks like during a 28-day challenge. Well, people hit that
Mhm.
marker because you help them set realistic goals. And then they're like, okay, yep, it was success, but they still have a long way to go to reach
Mhm.
that long-term goal. So we really need to be thinking about, okay, what is happening after the challenge is over? Are we talking about that at the beginning? Is it easy for
Mhm.
someone to continue with ongoing nutrition coaching after the challenge is over? And realistically, do you have the bandwidth, right? Some gyms have like 75 people running a nutrition challenge. And if you don't have the systems in place to manage at least 50% of those people converting over to ongoing coaching, you could put yourself in a pickle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of our gyms are seeing at least a 50% conversion rate from challenge into ongoing coaching. So you have to think about, who is working with clients one-on-one, how much time in your weekly or monthly schedule do you have in order to devote to those clients moving forward? And that really needs to shape, do you have the bandwidth, as you said, and potentially how many people do you want to be involved with your challenge?
Absolutely. That's how we essentially help them set goals, right? Like, how
Yeah.
much time do you have? And then let's backtrack. How many people can you fit into that time that you do have? And then 50% converting to ongoing coaching standard. I would expect more, but at least 50%. All right. So we've nailed that down. Hopefully, people understand I need to have a plan of what happens
Mhm.
after the challenge before my challenge starts. Mistake number two, and into best practice number two, revolves around marketing. I think one of the struggles that gym owners have is they wear a lot of hats and time just sneaks up on us. And before we know it, we're launching a challenge in 2 weeks or a week or a couple days, especially around the holidays. And people need time to take action, right?
Yeah. And how many people have you talked to lately that are saying, I cannot believe it's holiday season already? Like I just yesterday I felt like it was spring or summer. So this is how fast time can go by. And when you announce a challenge, maybe that announcement just isn't resonating with that member in that moment. So repetition and talking about it, having people be prepared for that event, having those one-on-one conversations is really going to get them involved and get them excited for the challenge.
No, I think a lot of times when people run challenges, they might announce it during classes, or like the owner might announce it, but it's not announced in every single class, or
Yeah.
people miss the announcement, or they're running late and they miss the announcement, or whatever the case may be. And I think it's really
Mhm.
important when you think of marketing your challenge to do it in different modalities, meaning like, are you sending SMS text messages? Are you putting it in your workout tracking, like in SugarWOD or Push Press Train? There's an announcement section. You could have clickable links so people can go to wherever you want them to go and sign up for the challenge. I know one of your best strategies is the physical sign up board, like inside the location. If someone's interested, write your name and we'll follow up with you. Put the follow up on us as coaches, gym owners, to get you signed up for the challenge. Because we know as soon as you leave here, the whirlwind happens and you're busy and you might forget.
Yeah, I mean, people get excited by different kinds of content. So if you have, the old school people that love reading emails at the start of their day, or they want to come to a gym and be asked a question at the start of a workout, we cannot exclude an audience type. So when you're announcing something as exciting as an upcoming challenge and then moving into ongoing coaching, you need to make sure that you are getting that message across to all of your audience. Absolutely.
No, I think when people think of a challenge, they think of, okay, it's a great way to get my existing members bought in, which I agree with 100%. Great way to get the talk of a nutrition program in a gym. But there are thousands of people in your area that are not members of your gym that are also looking to lose weight, get in shape, get healthy. Could they be a part of your nutrition challenge? And then you build an ongoing nutrition coaching base. So could you not ask your members, do you have a spouse, a family member, a coworker who's also interested, who might be interested in doing it with you? Because we know that if you have people that are with you doing it, you're going to be more successful. Could you not ask members to kind of recruit people to join them, to be a part of the challenge with them? And then now you are building a nutrition only base for your program.
And that is the unicorn client, right? Like, how many gyms have I talked to that said, Lindsay, I got my first nutrition client and then they joined the gym. That is amazing to hear. And think about all of the solutions and all of the options that people are going to be seeing on social media. They need to know that your solution is the best one. And if that advertising or that marketing is coming from someone in their inner circle that knows you and trusts you, they're going to go with that. That's going to make the most sense to them. And that's a great low barrier way to get introduced to what you have to offer.
Absolutely. One pro tip going into marketing your challenges, ask your current nutrition clients. If you have anyone that is a current client, ask them to write you a Google review. Screenshot those Google reviews. How has nutrition, fitness, accountability helped you? Screenshot those Google reviews and put them in your marketing, emails, sales page, whatever the case may be, so that other people can see people just like them having success with their nutrition coaching program, and it will make them more interested in wanting to join as well. Lindsay, you talk about a 6-week marketing timeline, that timeline and template with everything from email content to Canva templates to video scripts is all laid out for people in HSN Mentoring and people that do the challenge intensive. Any pro tips thinking like big picture with marketing?
Yeah, the big thing is, it's all there for you. So it's really turnkey. So just making sure that you're blocking off the time just to get all of that done. I know that's what a lot of pre-existing HSN mentoring gyms love about the 1-day intensive. It's that excuse to just devote the entire day to just getting all of that done. That's going to save you so much time in the end. Templates are there, but to really personalize it, because we want you to assert yourself as the expert in the matter. I mean, people know you and they really trust you. So lots of video content, lots of you speaking to people and showing your face and hearing your voice to know that this is going to be the best solution for them above all for next year.
Love it. You could also lean on local businesses to help you market your challenge too. We recommend weekly mini challenges as part of the challenge, going to local businesses and maybe putting up a flyer with a QR code, sign up for our challenge. And 1 week they donate a $20 gift card to someone who's participating, encouraging each other, doing the stuff where the challenge, not just based on like winner loser point system at the end of the challenge. So like leverage your people that already know, love, and trust you. Start 6 weeks out. Remember those different modes. So like SMS, Facebook groups, blogs, email, workout tracking, a physical sign up board in your business, lots of different ways to market your nutrition challenge. Lindsay, I know you are personally passionate about helping gym owners with the next mistake and tip and things. And when we talk about challenges, and it comes down to staff and consistency within the staff with your nutrition program in general, high level overview. But
yeah,
what do you see like common mistakes for gyms when it comes to staff beyond just the nutrition coach or the gym owner?
yeah, I'm so deeply invested in this topic, honestly, Nicole, because I've seen it be something that either just catapults a program growth, through the ceiling, or it actually caps the growth internally. And there's a couple of things here. I think a lot of gyms have run challenges maybe in the past. And so there's no clear distinction amongst the entire staff how this experience might be different for the client. So that needs to be communicated first and foremost between owner and any coaches helping it with the challenge. Next, all staff, they're all speaking the exact same language. So if I'm a member and I hear about this challenge and I come and ask whomever is leading my class, if they're not giving me a confident answer as to what the challenge is and why it's a good fit for me, or how even to get signed up for this event, I'm going to lose a little bit of confidence in, is this solution going to be what's best for me, right? As opposed to, I come and ask that person and they give me a super strong answer, why it's going to be awesome for me, walk me over to a QR code and I get signed up. I am bought in because I know that they are on board as well. Not all coaches need to be directly involved in the challenge and that they are working with clients for nutrition to be a part of it. So this is an issue that I see as well. So they can be there to champion the program, to start that conversation. I think any employee of a business is there for the betterment, the health and wellness of every single member. So we should all be on the same page that this is a great experience for them and how can we keep that engagement up.
I love it. So having that consistent message, having a staff meeting to sit down and talk to your staff, why is it important, how someone gets started, encouraging them to be a part of the challenge as well, right? I think owners are obviously the leader of the tribe, but when coaches are a part of something, gym clients want to be a part of that thing too. So if all the coaches and staff are participating in a challenge, then members are going to be like, man, I don't want to miss out. I want to do it too. And then they're encouraging each other. And I think the biggest thing is using that challenge so your staff members understand how the nutrition coaching program works so they can better and more educatedly talk about it after the challenge is over, to continue the momentum and continue to increase buy-in with those existing members. Because the truth is, it doesn't happen overnight. There are people that are not going to join the challenge, and that's okay. But then they're going to realize, oh man, I'm ready to get started with individual nutrition coaching. And the staff will be able to talk about it from an educated perspective instead of trying to just remember bullet points.
Yeah, I completely agree. I had a gym go through training and they had a few coaches that were not actively talking about the program or talking about the upcoming challenge. And the assumption was they weren't on board. One-on-one conversations later come to find out they did not feel confident in talking about the program itself because they weren't directly involved with it. And that's where they started to bring that role play in, which is huge. It's so impactful. How big we all are on role play and the value of being able to talk through hesitations and how can we troubleshoot that conversation. So they scheduled a staff meeting right away. They role played the elevator pitch. What is the challenge about? Who is it for? What does the client journey look like? And when it came down to it, those two coaches were nervous that it was just another 30-day event with no follow through, with no follow up. And they were so happy to hear this is going to be a different experience for them. And they were able to speak more confidently about it moving forward.
I love that. One of the questions that I get asked often is, if my staff is participating in a nutrition challenge, then how much do they pay? Do they pay for the whole thing? Do they not pay? So I think it's important for us just to kind of broad recommendations for people. When you're launching a nutrition program, I would recommend that you have the staff be a part of the challenge at no cost. Like, let them be a part of it because it's only going to help you with marketing down the road. But if staff want to continue to work with you after an initial challenge, or a new staff member wants to continue to work with you after a nutrition challenge or do individual coaching, I would recommend that you have that staff member pay the amount that you're paying for the nutrition coach, that you are going to pay for the nutrition coach, because you want to be able to pay the nutrition coach for their time. And I think it's only beneficial for the business to have the staff member understand from a client's perspective. So they're going to be able to, again, more educatedly talk about the program if they are going through it from a client's perspective.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's what I did personally. And I would not recommend 100% free moving forward, because we know that every single person, coach or not coach, needs to have some skin in the game to really be accountable, seeing results.
I remember dropping into a CrossFit in Santa Cruz when I was going out to CrossFit HQ one year, and the head coach, who was not the nutrition coach, was coaching the class, and he like would not stop talking about the nutrition program. And I'm like, man, are you just doing this because I'm here, or like what's going on? And he was raving about it, and he was the first test client of the new coach coming on board. And he was like, Nicole, like I am so bought in because I'm seeing the results from like experience. My energy is better, my sleep's better, my performance is better. I'm getting stronger and I'm eating better. Like all these things are aligning. Like every single person should do nutrition because like I can tell you from experience how much better I feel and the gains that I'm having in the gym because of nutrition. And the guy didn't have much weight to lose at all, but he just started feeling so much better. So, imagine if all of your staff was like that level of a champion for your program, how much more it would grow. And realistically, it takes off so much pressure off of the gym owner and nutrition coach. I was talking to a gym that had a nutrition program. They're currently going through training right now. And she's like, I've done a pretty good job in my classes getting my nutrition clients on board, but the bulk of my nutrition clients come from the classes that I coach because no one else is talking about the program like she is. And imagine if everyone on board on the staff was talking about the program, it's just going to be a better experience.
Yeah, I think it takes it from, this is Lindsay's program at XYZ gym, to this is the gym's nutrition program. And that's a different conversation.
Yeah, this is how we help people in this business. This is how I'm going to be able to impact you to help you become the best version of yourself. I'm not just trying to sell you on something. I'm trying to help you become the best version of yourself. And I know that in order to do that, we need to discuss nutrition, fitness, accountability, and also stress, sleep, support system, all these other ancillary things that are all impacting your nutrition decisions to ultimately help you reach your goals or inhibit you from reaching your goals. All right. So staff on board, get a staff meeting on the books. If you haven't already, encourage your staff to participate in your nutrition challenge. Let's talk about the final one. We always talk about this thing that I've coined the challenge trap, where you run challenges, people see good results. At the end of the challenge, the program ends and people are just in this like waiting period to wait for another challenge. And it really stems, in my opinion, and I will be the first one to admit, we fell for the challenge trap at the beginning. It came down to this conveyor belt method where I would tell people we have between 9 and 11 o'clock, come in, do your biometrics. We're going to have a kickoff seminar. And then at the end of the challenge, I'm going to send out some more time slots for you to come in and do your biometrics. Number one, not a lot of people showed up for the ending biometrics because there was no accountability or like actual date appointment for them on the books. Number two, everyone waited until the last 15 minutes right before the seminar to come in for the biometrics. So then there was like this giant backup and it was stressful to try to get everyone in. And then people are waiting and then they weren't having a really great experience. And there was just a lot of like wasted time on our part with this conveyor belt method.
Yeah, you're not alone. And I know that you're not alone. I tell the story all the time about my very first challenge. And I firmly believe that I'm here today to help guide people to just do the opposite of what I did. And for very important reasons, I did the exact same thing. I had 5-minute time slots. I had 75 people for my first challenge. I worked alone for that challenge. And there was zero one-on-one conversation. It was, hi, how are you? Here's a handbook. Get you on the scanner. Here's how much you weigh. See you in an hour. See you a month from today. There was zero one-on-one conversation to really dig deep into why were they even there? What motivated them to get started today? Where do they want to be 28 days from now? But more importantly, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from that date. And to really start building that connection and building that rapport to show them, I'm here to help you the next 28 days, but I'm here to support you for the long term. That was completely lost. And I think they did not enjoy that experience, obviously, because I had minimal conversions and I didn't enjoy it either. It didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel like I was truly able to help in the way that I wanted to help.
Absolutely. Instead, what we should be doing is setting up 20-minute time slots where people are sitting down, really digging deep into the why, what they're wanting, what that client's wanting, what success looks like short-term and long-term. And then another 20-minute meeting at the end where you're talking about all the awesome things, retesting biometrics, talking about challenges, talking about the progress towards their short-term and long-term goals, and then making it super easy to guide them and get them started with ongoing coaching right then and there and booking their first follow-up visit. I would recommend about 2 weeks out. And then you do that. When you leverage individual meetings, you're going to have a better conversion rate. But the truth is, and Lindsay, you know this better than anyone, doing those individual meetings without practicing and having templates and making it super streamlined is a little bit overwhelming for new coaches and people trying to build a nutrition challenge on their own.
I get that. Like, what do I ask, or how do I ask, or what if they come back to me and say this, right? And, we want you to role play as much as possible to work out those conversations. Obviously, we provide all the templates for all of those meetings. So all the questions are written out for you already. And then it's just practicing. And we recommend either on a mentoring call if you're part of HSN Mentoring, or if not, with your staff, right? It's another great way to kind of layer in that education piece for letting them know what that experience is going to be like for your challenge members.
I love it. Any final thoughts on these? I want to transition to talk about the challenge intensive training that we're running and just give people a high level overview. We have this really cool integration with SugarWOD, which we need to be talking about because people are a little bit confused about that. Any final thoughts as we go through challenges or anything there, final tips for people running a challenge in the new year?
Yeah, this is the year people are super excited. Things are back to normal and people are wanting to invest in their health and wellness now more than ever. So I think as gym owners, we need to take a breath in this crazy time and think about, okay, what do we want our challenge to really stand for? And how do we want it to represent the longevity of our nutrition program? So what does that first impression look like, right? And take the time to then set your timeline as to when you want to execute that challenge, and then work backwards 6 weeks to really devote to a clear and intentional marketing timeline, because we need to let our members know what is coming, why it might be different, and why it's going to be better than any other solution they're going to see on social media.
I love it. So most of the gyms running HSN are planning to launch challenges January 23rd. Seems to be the most popular start date right now. That's going to lead people right into the CrossFit Open. We are hosting a 1-day challenge intensive, basically giving gym owners and coaches everything they need to plan, launch, and execute a nutrition challenge. Think of a crash virtual course where you spend all day with Lindsay and I going through all the marketing stuff, setting up the business side, understanding the nutrition coaching, education, individual meetings, engagement during the challenge, final meetings, like literally everything you need start to finish to run a nutrition challenge. We've packed it into 1 day. There is a workbook. There is client resources. We've built out templates for you for meetings and follow-up messages. Everything you need is literally there for you. All the marketing templates are there, and Canva templates to make it easy for you to brand as your own. But the cool thing is one of the things we noticed, so in HSN Mentoring, we've built out the challenges in the HSN app. It's super easy in there for our gyms to be running nutrition challenges. But when we did these challenge intensives over the past year and a half now, we basically gave Google Sheets for people to log habits. And there just was honestly a lot of paperwork that we're trying to avoid people from having, and just a lot of manual work on the end. So we got together, and Melinda, our operations manager, built out an integration with SugarWOD, which it looks so good. It is literally everything you need, from professional videos to habit tracking to a leaderboard. You can have engagement through there, healthy recipes. Every single day, there's a video talking about nutrition, stress management, sleep support system, mindset, also kitchen tips and healthy recipes. So every day there's a different video related to holistic approach, and there's habit tracking, all going to a leaderboard. It's all there for you. It's the last step of this training process. So you go and join the challenge intensive, joining us live on December 8th, or if you can't make it live, there is an on-demand version. I had someone that signed up for the challenge intensive in December. And at the time we're recording this podcast, we have about 4 weeks until then. And she was like, well, can I go through the online modules and kind of get started now? Yes, of course. But we still recommend that you join us live because there's something so powerful being able to go through it live, being able to ask questions and role play and practice so that you feel really confident. You have all of your ducks in a row, especially the first time you're launching a challenge. And then the cool thing is, Lindsay, at the end of the challenge, we're teaching gym owners how to convert people to ongoing coaching to kickstart an ongoing coaching program. And you actually have a mentoring meeting. What you and Heather are leading mentoring meetings with the people that join the Nutrition Challenge Intensive.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to host this event for all the reasons that you just mentioned. And, during that one day, there's also breakout sessions. So as you said, you're learning the information. Then we pause, and then you can actually put that knowledge into implementation and get those homework pieces done. We know when you're taking in a ton of information in a short period of time, it's awesome. It could also be a lot. So to allow a little bit of time to digest that information and then come back for additional support in a one-on-one environment is going to be massive. So where I get to meet with you, see what have you been working on since you attended that one-day event, what is strong for you, what awesome bright spots do you have to share, but then how can I help you best leading up to your actual challenge execution? And maybe that's more role play, help with social media content creation, whatever that may be. But it's certainly customized, and I'm really excited to help all gym owners and coaches dial in those final details.
Absolutely. The ultimate goal of this is help people understand, how do you build something that doesn't end at the challenge end date, right? Build a challenge, launch a challenge to really kickstart an ongoing nutrition coaching program so that you can ultimately support your members beyond just 28 days and help them achieve whatever they're wanting so that you can ultimately have a greater impact in your community and serve more people. And the way we structured and best practices makes it super easy for gym owners to take the turnkey model, plug it into their gym and run with it to fast track your progress so that you're not spending all the time reinventing the wheel. So if you want to launch a nutrition challenge in the new year, join us for the challenge intensive on December 8th. Click the link below. You'll be able to register. We only have 50 spots. I think there's like 35 spots available right now, and we're a month out. So super excited. It's going to be really fun. If you have any questions at all, you can feel free to reach out. But we hope to see you there. If you are listening to this podcast after December 8th, I'm sorry you weren't able to attend the December 8th one live, but we will host another one soon. Check back to the website to get updated dates. And you can also do the on-demand where you're still getting the benefit of those mentoring calls as well. So Lindsay, as always, thank you for joining us, talking all things challenges. I know you're so passionate about helping gym owners really build successful nutrition coaching programs, and a challenge is a great way to kickstart that. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you so much. It was great to see you today.
I hope you enjoyed that episode with Lindsay. Man, so many good nuggets there. But the truth is, you're not going to feel super confident by just listening to podcasts. You really need training, role playing, mentoring to help you feel confident launching your next nutrition challenge so that you can use that challenge to convert people to ongoing coaching and truly support them long after a challenge is over. They're going to see better results. It's going to increase your retention. You can also add nutrition-only clients in your challenge by asking your members if they have friends, family members, coworkers to join the challenge that might not be members of your gym. You probably have people on an email list that love and trust you, but maybe couldn't do the gym for whatever reason. Maybe they moved to the other side of town. It's a little bit too far. Or maybe you have people on your email list who have been following you for a while, but just haven't yet taken the next step to join your gym. A nutrition challenge could be a great way to get them engaged and then, of course, encourage them to join the gym after they join the challenge. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode, took lots of notes. If you are thinking, Nicole, I would rather have the guided, tested, proven template. I would rather have you help me walk with me side by side to give me everything I need to plan, launch, and execute a nutrition challenge. I want a mentoring call to help dial in the details for my facility and ask questions and role play. That is what the one-day challenge intensive is for. We are hosting the next one on Thursday, December 8th. There are only about 30 spots left for this thing, so I would love for you to lock in your spot. You can click the link in the show notes to lock in your spot. If for some reason you cannot make it on December 8th, there is on-demand recordings, but we highly encourage you to join us live because that's going to be the best experience for you so that you can really, truly take a challenge and build an ongoing coaching program from it. The SugarWOD integration makes it super easy for non-HSN mentoring clients to launch a challenge, have all of our professional resources, app videos, recipes related to nutrition tips related to how to add more vegetables in, how to create a balanced meal, how to fuel for performance, lots of different nutrition tips in there, kitchen tips, videos talking about stress management, mindset, sleep, support system, all the things professionally done so that you can deliver an expert nutrition challenge instead of throwing something together at the last minute. Hope to see you in the Nutrition Challenge Intensive, but if not, subscribe to this podcast so that you don't miss another episode again. Over the next couple weeks, so we're going to be talking about SEO, how to increase your SEO organically with Heather. She has done a ton of research on this, and she is actually helping us do it at our HQ location. So stay tuned, and we'll see you back here next week.